I hope you are doing really well out there on the farm. I'm back today with another video. We're going to lighten the mood a little bit today. We're going to do another New Age review. I know you guys like them, and it does give me a chance to bring out my very sarcastic British sense of humour. So it's a good release for me as well. Before we get into it, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, all that stuff. And if you'd like to work with me, check out my work on my website, transcendingtimes.org. So, we're going to get into this. This is Ella Ringrose. I've had quite a number of requests to review her down the years. I've never watched any of her videos. I'm going in completely blind on this one. But as we can see, in this video, she's talking about spirit guides, how to receive messages from your guides. You guys will know, or anyone new here to the channel, I don't recommend channeling anything, any quote-unquote guides, angels, God, higher self. These are all being channeled via or through the astral realm, and the astral realm is where all these masquerading entities reside, and so you don't know what you're talking to. And of course, these beings that are being channeled, they give you some truth. They have to, because otherwise you wouldn't be interested in what they had to say. They come out with a straight out lie. So they can give you up to like 90% of truth. We've got examples of, people like John of God down the years, who was, channeling and all this stuff, healing people even, and he turned out to be a child trafficker, right? So there's always the rug pull, the dump in the punch bowl. And now 10 years doing the work that I do, I've worked with so many clients. I have so many stories where it's ended in a complete nightmare, where they've followed the advice of so-called angels and guides and all this stuff. I could write a book about it, and maybe one day I will. So I don't recommend channeling at all. Very much part of the New Age, which is the new cage, and the fake awakening. They want you to give your power away. They want you to seek from outside of yourself. So then they can shoehorn you into certain agendas or certain ways of thinking, in which, when we look at the soul trap, always ends up in us being recycled here. So what we need to do is we need to wake up to the scam in this lifetime, so when we pass over, we're already aware of, what's going on. So I don't trust these beings that are being channeled. We don't know who they are. And the evidence is out there now that chances are they don't have our best interests, right? So anyway, I'll stop rambling. Let's see what Ella has to say. Again, before I do, I don't have anything personal against these people. Like I say, some of them know what they're doing and are intentionally evil. Some of them they've just swallowed the New Age Kool-Aid, and then they repeat it. They start a YouTube channel and they repeat it to others. So I don't do these to be an a-hole. I do these because there is an underlying message which is dangerous, which is leading people astray. And that's the reason I do it. So a little disclaimer there. So anyway, let's see what this woman has to say.
Welcome to one of my favorite topics, which is how to connect, how to hear, how to talk to your spirit guides. What are spirit guides? So yes, if you are new to my channel, my name is Ella Ringrose, and I have been a psychic for many, many years. And truthfully and transparently from my heart, I have honestly known spirit better than sometimes this physical reality. Like I, for many years, was connected more to the other side than I was to this physical side. So I have a very large array of information of that world.
Okay.
And if you are unaware of what spirit guides are, I want to explain how you can use them in an empowering way, because I see so many people using it in a way that's deeply disempowering. And I used it this way, and I see some...
It's all disempowering, because you're looking for someone outside of yourself to direct you. I mean, it's ridiculous, really. I mean, and I've said before, like, if these guides are so good, then why are we here stuck in this hell realm? Why aren't our guides telling us where you know, if you're in the UK, where the 200,000 missing kids are. You know, why do they not disclose these things, right? So we're still stuck here. So where are we being guided exactly? No one ever asks that question.
So many people using it that way, and it breaks my heart because it takes away all our power. It externalizes our power to a different force that is not within ourselves. So in order for me to explain,
but basically that's what channeling does. So you're basically saying one thing but doing the other.
We're going to get into what spirit guides are, and if you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, click subscribe, and comment down below where you're from. I love seeing the countries you guys are in. So to put it simply,
really?
The number one rule I think is really important to understand is your spirit guides are an extension of you. And I'm going to repeat that. Your spirit guides are not like these higher beings. I mean, technically they are, but they're not these higher beings.
See, she says it. So she says one thing, and then she says another. She says they're not higher than you, but technically they are. So she gives she gives the truth, and then she takes it away again.
Beings just like hovering above you, they're listening to you. I see them as an extension of our heart. Okay, so
isn't there like a privacy issue as well? I mean, I don't know if I want someone or something around watching what I do. You know what I mean? It's like, I'll do it myself, thanks.
Reason, firstly, I think spirit guides are so deeply important is because if you struggle with giving yourself permission, okay, keyword permission, if you struggle with giving yourself permission to do the things that feel good to you, if you have a hard time giving yourself love, if you have a hard time giving yourself permission to shine big, to, make more money, or to really chase a relationship that like you feel so cherished and loved, or to claim what you want, if you struggle with firstly believing you're worthy, secondly giving yourself permission, because that is a huge one I've noticed for a lot of people, is
there is with a lot of people an underlying feeling of lack of self-worth or not feeling good enough, and that's inner work that needs to be done. That's not that's going back to the holographic imprints that are stuck there in time and space that were unloved, which you can do through kind of like things like IFS, internal family systems. It's not like, you've got all this trauma, so you're just going to connect with a guide, and then it all gets taken away. It doesn't work like that.
We need to have an external force to give us permission. Okay, we need to ask the teacher to go to the bathroom. We need to ask our parents for permission to go out, and then we go into this world and we have to ask, our workplace for days off. Like, we're continually guided to ask outside of ourselves. And so that was my relationship to spirit guides for many years. I saw it as kind of like a parental guide that was higher than me, and I would ask it like, can I do this? Can I do that? And it felt like this powerless dynamic. And what I started to do was I took a spirit guide detox. I took a while of...
A spirit guide detox. That's a new one, guys. I think you should take a spirit guide detox forever. Although, if you need a parking space, then maybe it's a good time to call them back. As Sonia Kochecki, what's her name? She said that if you need to find a car parking space, just call on your guides.
Of not connecting to my spirit guides, because if you're unaware, I hear spirit guides as clear as I hear a human, if not more. And that's what has enabled me to be an incredible psychic, and it's been my full-time career.
She's a little bit full of herself as well.
For years, but it's also been hard because that dynamic that I'm sharing, that energetic pull and push, is not what is going to empower us. And so my guides told me to take a step away because I was using it in a wrong force. And this is the new kind of dynamic they've shown me. So the thing with the word spirit...
How can people just sit here and lap all this up? Like,
guide, I believe we come into this physical incarnation, this physical, beautiful experience with
beautiful experience. Okay. Bit of a question over that one. Constant wars, famines, trauma, illnesses, diseases, accidents, pains. Beautiful experience. That one's up for debate. Maybe fleeting moments, but of course, these people want to make this place into something that it's not. They want to make this place into sound like it's all love and light and it's incredible. They don't want to really speak about the truth about this place because then they're going to lose followers and whatever is linked to that. They need to keep people in the fake hopium, in the false high vibrational feeling, the spiritual bypassing of what this place truly is.
higher forces, guides that will guide us. Okay? But what I see them as now is they are me. Okay, and this is the difference. Before, I would see spirit guides as these like ascended masters, these higher beings, these higher angelic forces that knew better than me, and that I was essentially needing permission from this higher force. What I see it now is they are you. They are you. Okay, your spirit, your
Yeah, I'll pass on the army. Thank you very much.
soul, like your force, your life force, your love in your heart. Your guides are just a projection of that frequency. They are projecting out from your heart. Okay, and that is what I encourage you guys to do when you're first connecting. There's two things I encourage is to give them a name. Okay, so I don't call my spirit guides anymore. I call them my love team, and that's what they asked me to start calling them.
Oh my days, my love team. Where's the new age sick bucket? Where is it? I need to bring that back. Guys, have you got a love team around you, guiding you in this realm? This beautiful place that she's talking about? You feel your love team there? Oh dear.
Because when I tune in and I go, my love team, immediately I'm like, oh, they're a team of love that.
Oh, these people are so cringe. The cringe scale is off the charts. Like, even if I was into this stuff, I mean, every video, I watch them back and my eyes are rolling in the back of my head at how cringy they are.
That are surrounding me, supporting me, because this whole existence, in my perspective, how I see this life and how I see spirituality.
And what about the thing that gets me with these people? Because they talk about like channeling God as well and higher self. And how many people that have suffered and gone through all the stuff that you go through here have talked to God, prayed to God, talked to angels, prayed to angels, done all this stuff, and still ended up with illnesses, stuff happening in their life that's traumatic. And like, if the guides are so good, why can't they find ways that we can swerve all of this stuff? But they don't. We still go. You can't avoid it. You still have to go through it all.
Spirituality is everything is an embodiment of love. Everything surrounding us is love. So I started calling them the love team, and I encourage you to give them a name. One, because a lot of people have Catholicism trauma and like different types of traumas and this understanding that there's this angry man in the sky, or that there's this force that's going to punish you, that creates paralysis in our body and disconnects us from that loving frequency that is the source of who we are. That is the richness of.
No, that's just this realm that you call beautiful. This realm disconnects us from that because we're constantly kept in fight or flight. We're constantly having to survive, constantly having to provide, to find, to put food on the table, roof over the head. You never know what tricks the government are going to pull next. You never know what, whether it's weather manipulation or financial crashes. You're never able to relax here. So it's got nothing to do with that. It's to do with the whole realm being set up for trauma and suffering. And your love team right, are not going to guide you through that. You're going to have to experience it in the end. We all have to.
Of this life. So a lot of people may see spirit guides as something looking down and shunning you. I know, you know that like people always say, like, when someone passed over, like your grandmother passed over and you're just in bed, like, is my grandmother watching me right now? I know that was like a reality.
No, grandma, unfortunately, probably went to the light tunnel. Is even either in the astral version of this place, waiting to be recycled, or has been recycled. There ain't no channeling grandma unless unless grandma got out and she's connecting to you from outside this matrix.
For a lot of my friends, like when people passed over, we're like, are they watching me? And it's like this feeling of like,
I get the feeling, right, that she knows her audience are stupid. It's almost like and they all talk down to their audiences like they're somehow elevated. But it's almost like she's coming across as like she could say anything and they will just lap it up, gobble up that shit sandwich.
you're doing it wrong, like you're bold, like be better, like this judgment, this oppression. When actually spirit guides for me are just an extension of
The whiteboard is really selling this to me. It looks very professional, I have to say, with the stick man and the love army circles next to him. I mean, I'm sold. What about you guys? Let me know in the comments if you're sold.
of love that are lovingly, warmly embracing me and encouraging me all the time. And that is what I encourage you to do too. So it's to give them a name of your team. And the second one is to understand.
Not being funny, but my love team, they've severely let me down. They've severely let me down. If I'm back here going through all this craziness,
They are you. Okay, this is not you externalizing your power to a secondary force that's telling you what to do.
it's oxymoronic in what she's saying. It's she's saying don't give your power away, but then call on your love team. It's like it's almost like she's trying to like not make it look a certain way, but it ends up being a certain way anyway. It's a complete oxymoron. You cannot tell people to be sovereign and empowered and making all their decisions when you're telling them to rely on some unknown entities that you give the name love team to. I mean, you don't know who you're dealing with in the astral. You have this woman has no idea to the level of depth and manipulation and deception that these entities that call themselves guides and angels are up to. No idea at all. Nothing on her whiteboard to explain what is really going on with these entities. And again, it annoys me. It annoys me that these people sit there in front of thousands of people, spew this BS, and get people hooked in on this whole agenda. And it's so dangerous because it carries on through to when you pass over. Because she's going to get you hooked in on guides, spirit guides, saviors, all that stuff while you're down here. And you're going to take that on when you pass over. And when they're luring you into the light or giving you your life review where they tell you how bad you were in 1984 and you've got to come back down. Like, who are these entities? But there's no talk of negative entities with these people. They don't acknowledge it. They don't, it's not in their business model too. They're only interested in false hopium, giving people, this idea that there's someone, something, some team, love team that's gonna help you through this messed up place, which it is. Let's be real. Let's be 100%. This is not beautiful, right? There's aspects of it that are beautiful. Nature's. I mean, like I say, I've said before, even nature's cruel. Fleeting moments of joy. But this is a farm. This is a farm. We're being harvested for our energy. We're being harvested for our low vibrational energy via these entities that attach themselves, feed on us. That's the truth about this reality. It's the truth that no one wants to hear. Well, you guys hear it, but all these new agers, they don't want to hear it. They want to stay in this deception.
It is an extension of your heart. It is an extension of what you choose to tune in within yourself that gives you that guidance of the guides, because they're inside of you. They're not outside of you. Okay? So how we can start connecting to guides, I've got toilet paper here.
Yeah, why don't you just use that to... just put it all in the toilet. Don't even worry about the toilet paper. It's all a bunch of crap. Don't worry about toilet paper. Get the toilet and put your whiteboard in the toilet.
We can basically show is, I know there's many different like psychic abilities. There's, claircognizance, clairvoyance, clairsentience, all these different types of ways. So how I see spirit guides is I physically see them with my third eye, and I hear them as clear as I hear humans. So they speak to me all the time. But for a lot of people, that's not a reality. And I was just doing a talk in Dublin in Ireland with a beautiful audience on spirit guides, and a lot of people are expressing how they can't hear them. And just a side note, I do want to express, because I'd say over 100, out of all my readings, I'd say 100 of them, their guides say they're never going to hear us, because the gift is that they chose to be the guider. They chose to be the one in control, technically.
How convenient.
So what I am really understanding from studying spirit guides for years is it's all in feeling. Okay? It's all in feeling. And why I believe...
Yeah, just feel good, guys.
that it is all in feeling, and how this is going to be a healer for this planet when people understand the power of somatics, they understand the power of the heart, they understand the power of washing this frequency of love on top of them.
All new age buzzwords, frequency of love, like just yeah, same stuff rehashed that they all say. Just feel love, just feel good, frequency of love, high vibrations, new earth, rainbow bridge.
It's going to rewire and recode and recalibrate cells in people's bodies. It's going to literally create an anchor, a whole different experience on this planet when we learn.
I don't want an anchor on this planet. I want to get off this planet. I don't want to be anchored to it. Thank you very much.
Learn to recode. So when we actually just focus on, the more I connect to the feeling and to the frequency of love, of gratitude, of appreciation, of humor, of...
I did a video on all this feeling, just feeling gratitude. They always tell you to be grateful. You should write it down in your journal, like what you're grateful for. I mean, don't get me wrong, right? I look around me, and I've lived in many different countries. I've been exposed to extremely poor people, and I always try and help them where I can. So I appreciate that my life is not as hard as others. So for that, I'm grateful. But I realise that I'm still in a world of suffering, right? I'm still, even if my life's going well, the fact that there are these other people that are... I mean, I lived in Cambodia. The kids are living on a trash site, and it's like, even if I feel good about myself, the fact that there are all these other people struggling and suffering, and young people with cancers and all the other stuff that we're put through here, it's just not right. So this whole being grateful and feeling love and all this stuff, it's just spiritual bypassing. It really is. I'm being honest. Like, I'm not grateful that I'm here. Like, I feel more, like I say, I feel more grateful that I have more opportunities, more than like the really poor people, or people that are really suffering, or in the middle of a really bad illness. That might be me. That might be me in a year, 5 years, 10 years. I'm not going to get out of here without suffering, and I know that. So can I feel truly grateful? I don't think I can. But these people tell you you got to be grateful for being here. Not only are you here and you're going to suffer, you got to be grateful to it. It's a complete gaslight, is what it is. And if you're not grateful, then they'll turn around and say, oh, well, your vibration is too low. You're going to attract more negative things into your life. When this whole place is set up for negative things. It's all your fault again. You're not grateful enough. Your vibration is not high enough. You're not feeling love. I mean, she talks about love. This woman's the fakest person I've ever come across. Completely fake. I don't feel love from her. She tells people, you know, this is a lovely place. You're lovely people. I don't feel that. And I never feel that from these people. They're just fakers.
Of joy. When I connect more to that loving feeling, the feeling will speak to me. The guides will move through that somatic experience. Because we can have guides tell us logical things all the time, but it can still feel cold to the body. So what I encourage you to do is to
What a pile of horseshit, really. And people lap this up like this, like she's talking the truth. None of it resonates. None of it makes sense. It doesn't match up with what we have around us.
tune into the feeling of love. I know for me, like how I feel love is I just think of like a baby or like something that makes me just feel like,
Yeah, poor baby been recycled back here. No wonder they cry so much. They've just come out of the birth canal where they've struggled to get through it because the mother's supposed to squat and not lay. And then they're met by all these masked surgeons, like looking at them. I've had clients down the years who've gone back to like memories of being born. It's completely traumatic. But anyway, I'm going off topic there. But
or like cats. I'm a cat girl. Comment down below if you're a cat girl, cat boy. Something that makes you feel radiant, expanding, everlasting love. Something that is your highest bliss. I love that word. Oh, highest bliss? That is a vibe of a word. Okay.
Cringe.
So when you tune into that feeling, what you're doing is you're recalibrating and you're recoding the somatics in your body, the soma. And this is where so much...
She actually believes her own horseshit, I'm sure. I don't know whether it's just arrogance or she's just... I mean, she looks like she needs the toilet paper again there. I paused it at a very inappropriate moment, but... Sorry, Ella. You probably hate me anyway after this, but...
stuff is trapped for humans. And this is what actually is the creation of, quote unquote, I guess we could say, negative actions. Okay?
Oh, we can't have any negativity in here. It's all got to be positivity. High vibrations.
Because the problem isn't a voice, like the problem isn't like, oh, I can't hear my guides, there's not a voice telling me what to do. What we're actually yearning for is the feeling of love. Because we're used to a voice telling us what to do all the time, a critical self-critic voice, right? So it's not about this spirit guide voice zooming in and being like, do this, do that, do this. The more you feel love in your body, that is the real guidance system. And that also gives you the understanding that you can be fully embodied in this experience rather than like out.
So who's Team Love then? I mean, there's a team there. When are we going to meet them?
Of your body, connecting to a different realm that's not physically here. So
yeah, you're connecting to the astral realm, which is where all these beings reside. That's where you're connected to, because it's part of this matrix. It's part of where we are.
Gives us permission to rewrite those negative ions, those negative coatings, those negative cells in our body that are basically blocking us from that natural enriched experience, which is what so many...
So there you go, guys. You know, if you've got some negative things going on in your life, you just need to feel love. It's the same as like Esther Hicks with the whole vortex, isn't it? You know, just get in the vortex and feel, you know, just like how. So you're telling, like, if I go out into the streets of the poorer parts here, and I tell the people that you know, are struggling to or rummaging through bins, hey, what you need to do, Ella Ringrose says, what you need to do to get abundance is you don't need money or resources or opportunities to work. What you need to do is you just need to feel love, and then your life's going to change. You know, it's just absolute horseshit, really.
Many systems are trying to block us from is that frequency. So how we can hear, how we can connect to spirit guides is the first understanding that they are an extension of you and they're an extension of your being. Because what they're showing me right now is this holographic projection of this heart emanating this projector of these so-called guides, when really they are just frequency. They're just,
I like the way she said so-called guides. Kind of clued in there.
Just energy. So when I started connecting to guides, if I was sick, I have a guide who's a herbalist. There's a very deep part of me that is connected to like Ireland and the land and the roots and herbalism. My guides would come in and tell me like herbs to use. I have guides for, like I have a Kundalini guide who's just very embodied in her power.
Kundalini, yes, serpent energy, great. Serpent entities, wonderful. I mean, there straight off the bat, she's connecting with a Kundalini guide, which is going to be a serpent entity. This is shit I clear off people.
And she's very much here to tell me about my power. And then my other guide, anyway, I just have a bunch of different guides for different resources and different things. But what they show me is it's actually just an extension of the cycle.
Does she have a parking space guide, do you reckon? When she needs a parking space. I can't let that one go. That was brilliant. Ella, please, let me know. Do you have a parking space guide? Or do you sit in your car when you need a parking space and just feel the frequency of love? And then you manifest a magical parking space.
Psychic heart. All the information, all the codes, all the wisdom, all the frequency, all the answers that these guides carry is actually what is embodied in the heart, because the whole entire human psyche.
The scary thing is she's got 19,000 likes on the video. 19,000 people like this video. We've got some work to do, guys, in exposing this new age crap. And this is why till the day I die, I will constantly put out these videos and expose these messages.
The whole entire encyclopedia, the entire vault of answers every human needs resides within the heart. And that is the conclusion I've come to. Everything resides within here. So how you can connect to your guides is one, gratitude, very simple. And that,
what if you're again, these are very common, real world, everyday issues. What if you've just been diagnosed with cancer or something like that, or you've lost a loved one? How are they going to help you by you being gratuitous?
that also goes for
you just lost your job. You can't, or you injure yourself so you can't work. Like, really? Just be grateful for that shit. All the different things that happen. There's a woman here in Player, where I live. She was in a car accident. Only a young woman. I think she was in her 30s. She was in a car accident. She's basically a vegetable now. And I mean, what's she gonna do? Like, how? Tell her how she's gonna be grateful for that. Like, these are the things that they don't. Like, they don't talk about how, like, the reality of this place. And again, guys, you know, I'm sorry that, I guess I'm not sorry really, because I'm using extremely common, well, everyday examples of what can happen to people in this realm. But I appreciate that talking about this stuff is, you know, it's hard to take, but that's what's really going on here. You know, you tell someone like that, oh, who can't even receive the message of to be grateful. You know, you tell the kid that I spoke about him the other day. He was a mascot for an English Premier League football game. He walked out on the pitch and he was green because he had this terminal cancer and he died shortly after. He was only like 10. Like, tell him to be grateful. This is what annoys me.
Just the appreciation for this life, appreciation for the struggle, appreciation for all.
Why have we got to be appreciative of the struggle? What is that all about? Is that because it's a school and we're here to learn? That's what she'll say. She will say, and I've not looked at any of her videos, she'll say, well, yeah, the reason that you have to struggle, the reason that you have hardship is because Earth is a school and you need to learn lessons because your soul needs to evolve, yada, yada, yada. You know that's what she'd say. That's how she would explain that. Why? Why have we got to suffer all the time? I was on an Instagram, my Instagram, and I follow a couple of men's pages, and they're always talking about how, you know, you're not a strong man unless you've gone through struggle, or struggle makes a strong man. And I'm like, why? Why do we have to struggle to be strong and to excel in life? You know, again, it's just ways in which they find ways to explain away what this place really is. It's just become accepted. It's just become accepted that we need to struggle through life. And people like her, I can guarantee you, I mean, like I say, I haven't looked at the rest of her videos. I'm sure there'll be a video where it says Earth is a school. I can almost guarantee it.
All that comes with this physical experience. And the reason I say that is if you are watching conspiracies, if you're watching things that just make you feel like you are on a doomed planet.
Here we go with the spiritual bypassing. You can't look at conspiracies, guys, because it's going to lower your vibration. You can't see this place for what it really is. Conspiracies, as she calls it. 2 words, spiritual bypassing is what she's selling.
I challenge you to like ask yourself, like, is that serving me any longer? Because when we do.
And of course, what does that do? It gets you to stand down. It gets you to think, and I've had so many people down the years, new agers, say, oh, you know what, Tony, you know, you're looking at all that stuff, it's negative and all that stuff. Well, yeah. What's it going to be like for you when you take on board this trash ideology of guides into the afterlife, and then your guides meet you and hook you back round into the soul trap, and you're back down here again? Then who's going to have the negative information? Because my chances are going to be a lot higher than yours that I'm out of this place. So I'll take the negative information, thank you very much. I'll take the punch in the face and I'll run with it. I'm not going to try and bend reality into something that it's not and look around and say, oh, well, yeah, that's negative to look at that information. Winds me up, honestly.
Leave this world, and one thing that really helped me was early in my journey watching near-death experiences, having so many people in my life pass away, and really understanding how much of a gift this life is.
Oh, great. So you needed all those people to suffer, probably painful, long drawn out deaths, just so you could figure out a few things, figure out a few falsehoods by the sounds of it.
As a medium and doing mediumship for years as well and connecting to the other side.
You're not doing jack. You're doing a disservice to humanity is what you're doing. You're pumping out new age trash, misinformation. Let's be real.
One thing the past on always say to me is this life is a gift. I can't believe you're on Earth. Enjoy every second on Earth. It's not.
Definitely a trickster guide there. Definitely a trickster that you're channeling. If they've convinced you of that, you've definitely been had. There's the mic drop. I don't even need to go any further.
Like, it's not a long time. Enjoy it, enjoy it, enjoy it. And so the reason I share that is because if we can just be in gratitude for our aliveness, for our physical existence, that is the first step to really tuning into the heart. Now, the second thing is doing anything and everything that makes you feel heart. Is it meditation? Is it dancing? Is it laughter?
Of course, it's got to be meditation, hasn't it? Or yoga, or plant medicines.
The connection? Is it intimacy? Is it pleasure? What is it that makes you feel heart? Is it connecting to a higher power? Is it prayer? Like what?
Finishing this so I don't have to listen to you babble on with your new age trash talk. That's what's going to make me feel my heart. And calling out this bullshit makes me feel my heart.
What is it that connects you to your heart? That is a unique experience. And the third one is fun. My guides are just saying that. The more you connect to fun,
my guides are just saying that.
You are on a highest timeline to your highest bliss.
You are going to the new earth. You are on your highest. The rainbow bridge is in sight, guys. Well done. Love and light all the way.
Okay? And in these frequencies, they're saying right now, in these 3 frequencies, that is all you need to know. And the reason they're sharing this to me is because a lot of people, truthfully, will not be able to hear their guides. Now, it's not as...
Oh, but you're so elevated that you can. You're special. You're special.
Self-limiting story. Like, if you really want to, keep telling yourself that, you can unlock those gifts.
Guys, she's bad. Like, she's up there. I don't know what it is about her, but just comes across fake and very like they all do, talking down to the audience, and yeah, not good.
But for most people, the real answer is in love. It's in the heart, and using that circumference, using that guidance system to guide your life. That is the simplicity of it all, because your guides are actually just frequency, right? My guides will present themselves to me in physicalness. Like, I see them.
Oh, Medusa, the serpent.
Right now in like their physicalness, right? But when I actually tune into their source, it's just this mist of energy, because all we are is spirit.
New age babble, mist of energy. What the hell does that mean? Like a mist of energy.
All we are is energy at the end of the day. So it's stopping externalizing as a physical human guiding you and really seeing it as frequency. And when you tap into the frequency that you want to connect to, which is love, that is when you're going to hear them, and that is how you connect to your spirit guides. So I'm going to leave this video here, but if I didn't answer like a certain question, or if you're a bit confused still, what I'd ask is please comment down below, like what questions, or if you're still confused by stuff, because I want to do a follow.
I'm very confused. Very, very confused at what you're telling people.
Follow-up video to this to answer any questions. I might even just do a spirit guides Q&A. So if you have any questions on that, just ask. We can go in deeper on how to hear them in the next video. But this is just for like most people who are so new to this and they want to understand how to hear.
Yeah, new and gullible. That's the thing. And traumatized. These are the people that gravitate to people like her. People that are so traumatized that they're just begging for something to make them feel good. This is why it's so evil. They want something to make them feel good. They want to believe that something or someone or some entity is out there that's got their back. In this case, Team Love. And you're going to get walked over a cliff face is what happens in the end, whether it be this lifetime or next lifetime. And she's running an entire agenda for these entities. Whatever she's channeling, she's running an entire agenda for them that is hooking more people into said agenda.
Hear how to connect. This is like the baseline for that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up.
You can shift Earths. Really? I just see a rainbow bridge there. I mean, I don't need to go any further. What is there left to say? I've said it all. Same old stuff. She was a bad one. I mean, I don't know any of these people personally. I don't like them because of the messages that they're spewing. But yeah, I just the whole way that she comes across, and she just, again, like I say, tries to make this place into something that it's not. You know, it's oxymoronic on what she's telling people, and you know, ultimately it's disempowering. So anyway, guys, I'll leave it there. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. You take care of yourselves.